You spot it first in the corner of the bathroom ceiling, a dark patch the size of your hand, black and fuzzy, spreading toward the wall. You go to the hardware store and buy the spray bottle with the word mold on the label, 15, 20, $30. You spray it on, wipe it down, and the wall looks clean again. 6 weeks later, it is back in the same spot, sometimes bigger than before. You buy another bottle, you spray again, same spot, spring and fall, year after year, and the mold never truly goes away. What I am going to show you today is why that bottle fails every single time, what actually kills mold down at the root for about $2, how to keep it from coming back, and the old cheap method that has kept barn walls and cellar walls clean of mold for 200 years. My grandfather had a stone cellar dug deep into the hillside where he kept potatoes and apples and crocks of sauerkraut through every winter, cool and dark and damp as any cellar ever is, the kind of place where you would swear mold would be everywhere. Those walls were clean and white my whole boyhood, not because of any bottle from a store, because of lime. I am going to get to that, but first I need to give you a straight word about safety, because mold is a health matter and I will not have anyone hurt. If you are new here, welcome to Homestead Grandpa. Hit that subscribe button right now so you do not miss a single video. I put one out every week and I do not waste your time. Now let us get into it. Before we go any further, I want to be plain with you about when this is a job you can handle yourself and when it is not. A small patch of mold on a hard surface, a bathroom corner, a window frame, a spot of grout, a careful person can deal with himself, and that is what I am showing you today. But a large spread of mold, an entire wall, or worse, or black mold in quantity, or mold anywhere in a house where someone has lung trouble or asthma or a weakened immune system, that is a job to take seriously and often a job for a professional with the proper equipment. There is no shame in calling one. Know the difference between a patch you can handle and a problem that needs real help. If you do tackle it yourself, wear gloves and open a window. For anything worse than a small spot, wear a proper respirator mask that actually filters mold spores. Not a paper dust mask, a real respirator. Mold spores stirred up in the air are the danger, and you do not want them in your lungs. And one honest word that matters more than anything else I will say today: do not paint over mold and call it done. Do not scrub the surface clean and ignore where the moisture came from. Painting over mold does not kill it. It keeps right on growing behind the paint in the dark while you breathe its spores through the wall. Deal with it at the root, or you have not dealt with it at all. Number 1, why the store bottle fails and what to use instead. Most folks reach for bleach when they find mold, and the reason they keep reaching for it is that it looks like it works. Spray it on a black spot, the black disappears, the wall looks clean and white. The problem is that is all it did. It made the wall look clean. It did not kill the mold. Here is what is actually happening. Mold is not just sitting on the surface. It has roots, thin microscopic threads that grow down into the drywall or the wood or the grout or the concrete below what your eyes can see. What you are looking at on the wall is only the top of it. The roots run deep into the material where no bleach spray is going to reach them. Bleach does not penetrate porous surfaces. On glass or tile it may do something useful, but on anything the mold can sink its roots into, wood, drywall, grout, concrete, the bleach strips the color off the surface mold and the wall goes white and clean looking, but the roots beneath are untouched, still alive, still growing, and here is the part that makes it actively worse. Bleach is mostly water. Water is the very thing mold needs to grow. So when you spray a bleach solution onto a moldy wall, you have soaked the material with water, the exact thing feeding the mold you were trying to kill. The surface goes white, the roots drink the water, and 3 or 4 weeks later the mold is back, sometimes darker than before because you watered it. Think of mold the way you would think of a weed. If you cut the green top off a dandelion and leave the root in the ground, it grows right back in a week. You did nothing but tidy it up for a moment. Bleach does exactly that. It mows the top and leaves the root. To truly kill mold, you have to reach the root. And for that, there is something cheap and plain that does what bleach cannot. Plain white vinegar, $2 a gallon. Here is why it works where bleach does not. Vinegar is acetic acid, and it is small enough to penetrate into porous surfaces and acetic enough to kill mold at the root, not just bleach the color off the surface. Before I show you the rest of this, I want to hear from you. Tell me in the comments where mold keeps coming back in your house. Bathroom ceiling, basement corner, window frame, somewhere else. And tell me what part of the country you are in, because the damp differs coast to coast, and I learned the wet corners of the whole country from those comments. I read every single one, and if you have not subscribed yet, hit that button now. New video every week. Number 2, white vinegar, full strength, and why you have to give it a full hour. Do not dilute the vinegar. Diluting only weakens it, and you lose the penetrating strength that makes it work. Spray or wipe it straight from the jug onto the moldy spot and soak it well. And then, this is the important part that most people would never think to do, you walk away and leave it for a full hour. That hour is when the work happens. The vinegar is soaking down through the mold, reaching the roots, killing the organism from the inside out, not bleaching the surface, actually killing it. If you wipe it off in 5 minutes, you have done almost nothing. Give it the full hour. After an hour, come back and scrub the spot with a stiff brush and rinse with warm water, and then dry the surface as thoroughly as you can. Any moisture left on the wall gives a surviving spore something to start with. Dry it completely, towel, then fan if you can manage it. Plain white distilled vinegar, $2 a gallon, full strength, 1 hour of soaking, scrub, rinse, dry completely. It will kill more mold and kill it deeper than anything in that $30 spray bottle. A word on the smell. Vinegar has a sharp smell when wet. It fades completely as it dries. It is a clean, honest smell, not the harsh throat-burning fumes of bleach. Crack a window when you use it. You should anyway to clear the spores you stir up scrubbing, but you will not be driven out of the room coughing. Number 3, baking soda to guard the spot after. Once the spot is clean and dry, there is one more cheap step that helps keep mold from starting there again. Mix a 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda into a cup of water. Spray or wipe that solution over the same spot and let it dry. Do not rinse it off. Leave the dried residue right there on the surface. Here is why it helps. Mold thrives in slightly acidic conditions, the kind of sour, damp surface that forms on walls in humid rooms. Baking soda is alkaline, the chemical opposite. A thin, dried film of baking soda on the wall makes the surface inhospitable to mold trying to get a new foothold. It keeps working quietly for a good while after, discouraging the mold from coming back to the same spot. A few cents of baking soda, and there is a small bonus. Baking soda absorbs the musty mildew smell that mold leaves behind, the same way it pulls odors out of a refrigerator. The spot ends up not just clean, but smelling clean. Vinegar to kill it at the root. Baking soda to guard the clean spot after. Both of them already in most kitchens, and together cheaper than one store spray bottle. Number 4, find the damp, because this is the only real fix. Here is the honest truth no spray bottle will ever tell you. Killing the mold that is on your wall today does not keep it from coming back if the thing that caused it is still there. Mold needs moisture to grow. If the wall stays damp, the mold will keep coming back no matter what you spray on it. Vinegar, bleach, $30 professional formula, none of it matters permanently. You will kill it today and find it back in 6 weeks. The real fix is always 2 parts. Kill the mold that is there, then find and fix the source of the moisture that grew it. So play detective for a few minutes. Is it a bathroom with no window and no working fan? Every shower fills that air with steam that has nowhere to go. The moisture lands on the ceiling and walls and sits there, and mold starts in it. The fix is to get air moving, a window cracked during showers, a fan that runs during and after, anything that dries the room. Is it a basement corner that stays damp and smells of earth, that wants air circulation and sometimes a dehumidifier to pull the moisture out? Is it under a window where condensation runs down the glass in cold weather and drips onto the wall below? Is it near a pipe, a slow hidden leak behind the wall that never fully dries? Now let me tell you the real old secret. the thing that kept those old stone cellars and barn walls clean of mold for 200 years. It is lime whitewash. My grandfather brushed it onto his cellar walls every few years. Hydrated lime, also called mason's lime or builder's lime, available at any building supply store for a few dollars a bag, mixed with water and a little salt and brushed onto the walls the same way his father did before him and his grandfather before that. That underground stone room, damp as any cellar ever is, stayed white and clean because no mold can grow on a lime surface. Lime is powerfully alkaline, so alkaline that mold simply cannot grow on a surface coated in it. The lime whitewash is also breathable. It lets moisture pass through the wall and evaporate away rather than trapping it behind a sealed surface. Modern latex and acrylic paint seals the wall tight. When humidity or a slow drip pushes moisture through from behind, the sealed paint traps it there, dark, damp, hidden, exactly where mold wants to be. You do not see it until it blooms through as a dark stain, and by then it has been growing for months. Lime breathes. Moisture passes through and dries away. The wall never holds the damp. That is the whole reason old whitewashed cellars and barns stayed cleaner where modern finished basements grow mold. The old coating let the wall breathe. The modern coating sealed it shut. Think of it like the difference between a wool coat and a rubber slicker. The wool lets the moisture of your body pass out through it and you stay dry. The rubber slicker traps everything inside and you end up clammy and wet from your own dampness with nowhere to go. Lime whitewash is the wool. Modern ceiling paint is the rubber slicker, and the mold is what grows in the clamminess behind it. I will go through the full mixing and application of lime whitewash step by step in a future video. Proportions, what surfaces it works on, how to brush it on, how long to let it cure. Because that is what this topic really deserves. I want to tell you plainly why the cheap old answers got forgotten and you ended up standing in the hardware store aisle instead. There is real money in mold, in the spray bottles sold again and again because they do not truly fix the root, in the professional remediation when it gets out of hand. There is no money in telling you that plain vinegar and baking soda and a few dollars of lime do the job better. Nobody profits by saying it. So it went unsaid, not by anyone scheming against you, just left behind by a system that pays better to sell the next bottle than to teach the thing that makes the next bottle unnecessary. Here is what I want you to do this week. Find whatever mold spot has been coming back on you. Fill a spray bottle with plain white vinegar straight from the jug. Spray it well and walk away for a full hour. Come back, scrub it, rinse it, dry it completely. Spray on the baking soda solution and let it dry without rinsing. And then spend 10 minutes finding where the damp is coming from, because that is the part that actually ends the cycle. Tell me in the comments where the mold keeps coming back in your house and what climate you are in. I learned the damp patterns of this whole country from those comments. I read every single one. Until next time, keep the gate latched, the ground fed, and take care of what is yours.